when you said that the call that you answer is the call unto salvation.
Yes.
That the other call that you do, the call, when they say the call to ministry,
yes,
that one is the fruit
of salvation.
But people say that, oh, that's the God of God, and that's the call of God. But you said that, look, as Jeremiah confirmed, Jeremiah told us that when he was in the mother's womb, you said that call came in the mother's womb.
Right. Waiting for you to answer.
So it's the call, that call that you answer is the one of salvation.
Yes.
And then the
from
fruit
salvation,
of salvation,
you start growing. The fruit of it is ministry.
To minister.
That's right.
Whoa.
So anybody not doing ministry is not growing.
It's not growing.
Anybody not doing ministry is selfish. Because ministry takes you out of you, where you no longer live for yourself, where it is no longer I that lives, but Christ who lives in me. So Christ in you is serving his body through you. That's ministry.
And that is number two. You cannot say that you have answered the call of God, that you cannot do ministry when you have not first answered the call to salvation.
No. You can't do ministry without salvation.
And that there are many people like that.
Salvation is the initiation into the call of God.
Because there are many people like that who say they are pastors, they are bishops.
Now those are the people that Jesus said on that day, many will say, in your name I cast out devils. In your name I heal the sick. In your name I did this. And he will say, depart from me, you workers of iniquity. I knew you not. Because they were not saved. They were not saved. But God in his mercy, if people believe in a man and that man begins to show that he can help them, God reaches them through that man somehow, even if that man is not in relationship with God, because God wants to help man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sure that's why when the disciples pointed at some other people who were doing what Jesus was doing,
right?
Jesus said,
leave them alone. They are not against us.
Not against
they are
us.
for us.
Whoa.
That's right.
Okay, so Global Bike, let's just also take the next 2 minutes and dwell on the Minister's Companion, a massive book. Today is the last day, Global Baba, surely? I hope so.
Well, we're watching. Let's see where God is taking us to. We'll go there.
Okay, Daddy. So let's look at the last 4 chapters. The last 4 chapters of this massive book. I think chapter 15 is about the ministry and media.
That's right.
Ministry and media. I think chapter 16 is things to mind in ministry.
That's right.
Chapter 17 is holding a conference.
That's right.
While 18 speaks to questions and answers that ministers face.
That's right.
That it just guide us through that, because I find those 4 closing chapters very interesting.
Well, again, let me see, because I want to be able to stay within perspective. So, ministry and media, okay? Media is critical when it comes to ministry, because God gave the word, and great is the company of those that publish it. God wants his mandate, his mission to fill the whole earth. That's where media comes in. Media becomes a tool, a vehicle, a means to an end. The end is for the gospel to reach people, but media becomes a vehicle. So this book teaches you how to engage the media, just like we're doing right now. We're able to reach millions all over the world. If you don't understand media, your ministry will be restricted, because there are quarters you cannot enter. Absolutely. There are people's houses you cannot enter. There are doors you cannot knock. There are people you will not meet on the street. There are people you cannot stop in the cars. There are people you cannot stop on the road. But the TV is in their bedrooms. Social media is in their office. Media is in their cars. Wherever they are, media is there. So you can't reach them, but media will reach them with the gospel.
Absolutely.
So media is critical. You can't play with the place of media where ministry is concerned. And that's why I devoted an entire chapter to it. And of course, this book deals with how to effectively utilize media and how to fund what you do through media.
Absolutely, Daddy. But, well, I'm told that questions, callers have started to come. But Daddy, I was also wondering, but there was at least one church that I know that said at some point, no TV, don't watch TV, don't listen to the radio.
Yeah, the TV was Satan's box.
Yes.
But now they're on TV effectively.
So
it was just ignorance. They didn't have light. And in the times of ignorance, God overlooks. Sometime in our ministry too, there were things we said that today we regret saying them, because, God doesn't show you everything at once.
Absolutely.
You keep growing and learning. And the proof of growth is when you start apologizing. And you start saying, I'm sorry, I said this, I shouldn't have said that, I should have said like this. When a pastor begins to say that, know that he's growing.
Absolutely.
Growth will bring humility. It will bring acknowledging mistakes. And you will not be afraid or ashamed or embarrassed to recognize that I didn't say it right there, I missed it here, I missed it there. Just like sometimes when I preach, I'll say, this is what I used to say, but it is not correct. This is what I should have been saying. It's growth.
Fantastic, Daddy. I know that in chapter 16 we talked about things to mind in ministry. I'm very particular, I'm very interested in that. But first, this caller. Hello. Yeah, many thanks for joining us. Many thanks for joining us. Where are you calling from?
Yes, sir. My name is Victor. I'm calling from Canada.
Whoa. Victor, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I want to thank Babana. Papa, thank you so much for all you do.
Thank you, Pastor
thank you
Victor.
for teaching us true purpose in ministry. Thank you for teaching us that, ministry is for all, that every man is a minister. Thank you for teaching us that, man is God's method and the local church is God's wisdom for reaching the nations. During homecoming, you said so many great things, but one I want to touch on one, which is that Joshua learned wisdom through Moses' experiences.
That's right.
And that we learn from our mentors and stand on their shoulders. So we're learning from you, sir, every day. We watch you, not just the things you say, but your conduct, and we're learning a lot, sir. And we can't wait to get our hands on, our copies of the Minister's Companion. I just can't wait to lay my hands on that book. And we understand that we need to study it, more than once, because 40 years of ministry cannot be absorbed in one thing.
That's right.
But thank you for everything, sir.
Thank you.
God bless you. God bless Mama and the girls, for your silent sacrifices every day, your consecration and your dedication. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for teaching us that, when it comes to ministry, it's excellence or excellence or excellence. It can only be excellence with you, sir.
That's right.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I want to let the brethren watching from Canada know that they can join us here at our various campuses for Super Sunday. They can contact me, Victor, on 647-885-9604. 647-885-9604. Or they can write to me on pcicazone@gmail.com. pcicazone@gmail.com. We have campuses in Toronto. And we have...
Victor, are you still there? I get it. I know what it is.
Pastor Victor works with Pastor Jessica, but he oversees what we do in Canada. I was with them in the month of June. Explosive work going on in Canada.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Daddy, but the thing about his voice was that it looked like somebody just calling from the next room. The voice was so clear.
That's true.
The voice was so clear. Pastor Victor, very nice to hear from you. But let me just, I know there's another caller. Let me just do something for the radio audience. 0806-800-9939. I know some numbers are already on the screen, but for the radio audience, 0806-800-9939 to call, or 0816-495-3350, 0816-495-3350. But if you're calling on WhatsApp, it's 0803-275-6104. Remember, if you're calling any of those numbers, +234 internationally. This caller. Hello. Yeah, many thanks for joining us. We know where you're calling from. Are you there? Okay, so that is because of, I know that there's going to be relentless inflow of calls, but we also have many things to say here. Things to mind in ministry.
Just before I say things to mind in ministry, people are complaining online that our studio is displaying the number in a way it is not visible and they can't see it. Half of the number is missing. So studio guys, align properly, put the number where people can see what you're putting out. Quickly. Now, things to mind in ministry from this book, I began to deal with things that are very, very critical when it comes to ministry. And the things that a minister of the gospel must mind are very, very sacrosanct, because if you don't mind them, they have the ability and the capacity to undermine your commitment, to stop you from doing ministry the way you're supposed to do it. In fact, they have the capacity to stop you from serving God's purpose the way you're supposed to serve them. So I took time to outline those things very specifically, and I will want to allow you buy the book and see them there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Global Baba.